Ready to empower yourself by learning how to validate your thoughts, feelings, and experience instead of waiting for someone else to come along and give you that validation. You can get it from yourself. We're going to use EFT tapping to get there. Join along, tap in the backside of your hand, take a deep breath in. Exhaling with a sigh, give your body a shake, repeating back after me. Even though I'm used to looking to others for validation and approval, I love and I forgive myself. Between the eyebrows, I am learning to validate myself now. Tapping to the sides of the eyes, but I don't know how to validate myself. Tapping under the eyes, that's why I'm learning to validate myself. Tapping under the nose. It's possible that validating myself is easier than I believe. Tapping under the lips. And I am ready to increase my confidence and to trust myself more now. Tapping to the chest, taking a deep breath. So we are going to acknowledge some of the negative first, which is what makes tapping really effective. Stay with me all the way to the end. These videos are short and you will feel changes. Tap to the front of the ribs. I am learning to validate myself. Even though for most of my life, I've relied on other people's validation and approval. To the side of the body, I have been taught to care more about what others think and feel of me, think and feel about me, than what I think and feel about myself. Tapping to the wrist. Well, all that changes today. I am learning to validate myself now. Big deep breath. Tapping to the back side of the hand. So now I'm just going to teach you how to validate yourself, and we're gonna do it together, okay? So I want you to think about something that happened today or recently that you automatically wanted to ask someone else's opinion about or get some validation, yeah? And I want you to say out loud, when X happened, and then say what it was that happened. I wanted someone else's approval. Top of the head. I wanted them to tell me how I'd done. Between the eyebrows. I wanted other people to tell me that it was okay. To the sides of the eyes. But what if it's possible for me to tell myself it's okay? Tapping under the eyes. I am learning to trust myself when I tell myself it's okay. Big deep breath. Tapping under the nose. I am ready to have my back in every situation. Tapping under the lips. I am ready to have my back in every situation. Even when I make a mistake. Tapping to the chest, taking a deep breath. I love and I accept myself. And it's possible for me to start validating myself. Tapping to the front of the ribs. What I really wanted to hear from someone else was that it was going to be okay. Was that I was still safe, that I was still lovable, and that I was accepted as I am. To the side of the body. So I'm learning to say those things to myself first. Tapping to the wrist, you're doing so well, stay with me. I am learning to say to myself, I am safe. Everything's going to be okay. I am still lovable even though that happened, I accept myself as I am. Tapping to the back side of the hand. Big deep breath. Sometimes when I want validation, what I really want is for someone to give me permission, here it comes, to feel the way that I feel. Top of the head. So I'm learning to say to myself, my emotions are valid. Between the eyebrows. Whether they're big emotions, crazy emotions, or even if I'm numb. Tapping to the sides of the eyes. I am learning to say to myself, my emotions are valid. Tapping under the eyes, because the shocking truth is, my emotions are valid. Big deep breath. Tapping under the nose. I am learning to love myself no matter my reaction. Tapping under the lips. Even when I have a really big reaction, instead of gaslighting myself, telling myself not to feel that way, I am learning to tell myself it's okay to feel this way. Tapping to the chest, and I don't need to wallow in the feeling. I don't need to make the feeling any bigger than it is. But it's safe for me to feel the feeling, being kind and loving with myself. And most likely, the feeling will move. It will change. Tapping to the front of the ribs. Big deep breath. I love and forgive myself for all the years I've spent looking to others for their validation and approval. And I'm starting to validate myself now. Tapping to the side of the body. You're doing so well. Just a couple more minutes. My emotions are valid. Tapping to the wrist. My thoughts are valid. Tapping to the back side of the hand. My reaction is valid. Tapping up to the top of the head. It doesn't mean that my reaction is right or the best thing that could have happened. But it's still valid and understandable. Tapping between the eyebrows. If I understood all of my trauma, I would know that my reaction and feelings were valid. Tapping to the sides of the eyes. So I am learning to be more understanding with myself now. Big deep breath. Under the eyes. It is safe for me to validate myself. Tapping under the nose. And I am curious what might happen as I learn to validate myself. Tapping under the lips. I am ready to be more confident in my opinion of myself. Tapping to the chest. And I empower myself by validating myself. Tapping to the front of the ribs. I am confident. I trust myself and my judgment. Tapping to the side of the body. I am lovable. Beautiful, tapping all over. Good job. If you're new to my channel, there's a 5-day free tapping challenge underneath and information about how to work with me. And keep on tapping. Share this video with your friends. Leave me a little comment. They always light me up.